You take this money. Just get out of here and go live your life. This is done.
Rockstar recently announced Red Dead Redemption 1 will be released for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. The news were not well received and the fanbase reaction was almost outrageous. Regarding my first reaction, at the beginning I was a bit confused and I didn't really understand the reason behind this new release. I considered this port just another easy way to make easy money from a long forgotten game. But then I realized it's not that, and what Rockstar did deserves congratulations and our appreciation. Don't rush in to get conclusions and don't judge too quickly. Stick with me and I'm about to prove why all this rage is unfair and makes no point at all. So far, I noticed the fanbase has two different problems. They expected a remastered version, at least on Red Dead Redemption 2 engine with 60 FPS. They consider this just a lazy port being too expensive at $50. Many fans are saying over and over how Rockstar didn't fail to disappoint. But why? How Rockstar disappointed? I'll show 6 reasons why this port shouldn't be considered a disappointment, and what Rockstar did is actually amazing. It's nothing bad to expect a remastered version on a completely new engine, but Rockstar is not indebted to fulfill all of our expectations. Rockstar may be working on a fully remastered Red Dead Redemption 1 on a new engine, playable at 60 FPS, with tons of new features and a completely new gameplay. But that's a completely different thing. If they're already working on that, it doesn't stop them to port an old game to new platforms. Red Dead Redemption 1 was available on PS4 only by streaming through PS Now, but this feature was dropped last year. So at this point, if you were into Sony platform and you wanted to play this game, you must have a PS3, otherwise playing this game would be impossible. Those who are on Xbox One or Xbox Series, they always could play this wonderful game by simply getting it from Xbox Store. But this wasn't possible for someone who is on new generations of Sony consoles. So what's bad in having this game available on PS4 and PS5? Without this new release, if you just had the PS4 Slim, you had to buy a PS3 just for playing this game, or you had to buy an Xbox One if you wanted to play it in Full HD. What's the point? Would you prefer to get a completely new console just for playing this game? Would you get a PS3 just for playing this at 720p? If you're into PlayStation, would you get an Xbox just for playing one single game at 1080p? Does that make more sense than just getting it on your PS4 Slim? I already have this game on PS3 and Xbox, and I could always play it because Xbox supports backwards compatibility. But just because I could always play it, it doesn't mean everyone could always play it. And just because the new release doesn't affect me, it doesn't mean that's a bad release. There are people who only have a PS4 console, and those people could not play this game yet. And for those people, Rockstar did something great and released this game on their platform. Pretty much the same as mentioned above. If someone was only into Nintendo World, they heard about this wonderful game, but they never had access to play it. And that's because Red Dead Redemption 1 was only available on PS3, Xbox 360 and all next Xbox consoles. Now Nintendo users can play Red Dead Redemption 1 as it was, not remastered, not at 60 FPS, nothing new and nothing fancy. But now they can just play what an Xbox user could play before. Releasing this on Nintendo Switch, Rockstar made it portable. Okay, it's not remastered, it's just a port. But now we can play it on the go. Is it bad? If we don't want to play it on the go, and we just want to play on the couch as we did before, we can do that, as we always did. But now we can also play it on the go, which is awesome. What's wrong in having a game on different platforms, no matter what these platforms are? Let's suppose Rockstar will release this on smartphones, and they also release this on PC. What's wrong about that? Nobody had any single problem with the fact this game was available on Xbox One, but they suddenly have a problem with the fact it's coming on new platforms. I don't get it. In my opinion, this game should be available on as many platforms as possible. The price. Well, here is a bit tricky, and this topic is delicate. First of all, we don't all have the same earnings, and money have a completely different value from each individual to another. What's expensive for me may be extremely cheap for you, so it's hard to say the game is expensive, no matter its price. However, I don't hesitate to talk about numbers. Red Dead Redemption 1 is listed at almost $30 on Xbox Store. It's just the same game, just a bit cheaper than $50 as it will be on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. But keep in mind, this game was available on Xbox all the time, and it's not something new on the platform. On PS4 and Nintendo Switch it's $50 at release, but for sure will get cheaper in time. And as long as on Xbox was always around $30, it's surreal to expect a new release on PS4 to be $20.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be.
Then on Nintendo eShop, a game released 40 years ago in 1983 is $7.99. So considering all these, is Red Dead Redemption 1 expensive at $50? Another 11 years old game is $39.99 at full price. If so, is Red Dead Redemption 1, a game with so many awards, expensive at $50? And one more thing to mention. This new release has Undead Nightmare included, which on Xbox Store costs $9.99. That makes the full pack to be around $40. In conclusion, Red Dead Redemption 1, not remastered, being always available on Xbox Store, nobody had any problem with that. When suddenly the game is released on PS4 and Nintendo Switch, people have a problem with that. When on Xbox Store, the game including Undead Nightmare costs almost $40, nobody had any problem with that. When on launch day for PS4 and Nintendo Switch costs $10 more than usually, people have a big problem with that. In fact, Rockstar didn't do anything bad and didn't do anything more or less than what they did before. They just added this game on new platforms at a price extremely similar as it always was. Just as said before, it's not only about me. I can't represent all gamers around the world and everyone who would love to play this game as it is, even not remastered. Let's suppose I only have this console. What would be cheaper and easier? To add $50 and play this game as it is? Or paying for this? Or maybe this, if I want to play it in Full HD. Honestly, if this would be the only console I have, I'd definitely pay $50. These alternatives doesn't sound like a smart option. And about Nintendo Switch, this console has a completely different user. Let's suppose you have this console and only this, without a TV or any kind of display. Would you buy a display and separately an Xbox for playing this game instead of paying $50 and play it on the console you already have? Even if on Xbox was completely free, I'm not sure would make sense to grab a completely new console just for one single game. Usually when we get a particular console to be on a particular platform, we make our choice having multiple reasons. So comparing this new release with the Xbox version makes no sense. If at release it's considered too expensive, we can wait to be on sale. But I think we should be thankful they released this on newer platforms and they made it portable. Thanks for watching and enjoy your Red Dead Redemption 1 and Red Dead Redemption 2, no matter the platform.